And a good Friday night. It's another edition of High School Football on YourLiveEvent.com, coming to you live from a rainy Lisbon High School as the Broncos play at home for the first time this season, and they'll play the Lions of Linton HMB. I'm Joel Morgan with you on the pregame show. Brent Dick joining us here tonight. Jake Watroba on the camera. And Brent, home opener for Lisbon. You haven't gone to school yet. You're going to play your second varsity game. You got the fair going on in the background. You got wet conditions. All interesting factors going to make for a fun night here at Lisbon.
It is, but this is a great night for football. You really can't ask for much better weather. You know, that's the kind of weather that I'd like to play in. Is rainy outside. You know, you got a good crowd here building, good atmosphere in the background, so we're ready to rock and play some football.
Let's talk about week 0 for the Broncos, a 19-0 win against Kindred. You don't play football for moral victories. You don't play for your best effort. You play to win games and get better. 19-0 against the number 1 team in the state, defending champions. A good way to start your season, a very good test.
Yeah, I think they, you know, coming out of that game, they don't have to hang their heads. That was a good smash-mouth football game up there in Kindred. You know, Lisbon struggled a little bit on the offensive side, just couldn't get the ball moving in the first half. Defense looked good, you know, especially that line play for the Broncos up on the defensive line. They gave up a couple big plays, couple big pass plays in the first half, but other than that, it was just a good smash-mouth football game.
Yeah, and the line play, you look at some names that are so familiar, Sam Kelson, Grant Lyons, Gabe Lyons, those guys have been mainstays on the line on both sides. It feels like we're saying the same names every year when it comes to Lisbon Bronco football, but these guys are getting older, getting better, and that's really kind of the linchpin that gets everything going.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, there is obviously a good football tradition here in Lisbon, North Dakota, with a lot of those names that you mentioned with the Lions and the Yankees. And, you know, they just keep on feeding those kids up through our school and up onto the football team. So there's a lot of beef. You know, we got a lot of big kids on our line this year. So, you know, Lisbon will be looking to use that as their strength during the football season.
Bowden Greenlee last year played quarterback, has moved to the running back position. Wyatt Olson played running back. He has moved to the quarterback position. Those have been the two big parts of the offense, at least through game 1 for Lisbon. Bowden Greenlee, 12 carries, 47 yards, 4 catches, 20 yards. Wyatt Olson, 3 interceptions. First game as starting quarterback, maybe a little bit of jitters, but something that that offense has probably talked about.
Yeah, I'm sure they looked at the film from last week and went into practice looking to improve on those. I just think it's, like you said, it's a new quarterback in Wyatt Olson this year, and he's just making those adjustments, trying to make those reads, that first read that when he's taking that hike from the quarterback, he's just got to get a little bit quicker on that and then make his adjustments.
Look at how the season is going to go for Lisbon moving forward. Tonight, Linton on the road, next week EEK. Back home on the 9th against Central Cass, on the road playing Oak Grove at Davies High School, a game on the turf. And then Grafton and Northern Cass back-to-back weeks at home. They'll be on the road against Oaks, and then wrap up the regular season October 14th against Sargent County. We'll have all home games here on YourLiveEvent.com and a few of the select road games for you as well. Look at Linton HMB, the Lions, 9-man champions not too long ago, now playing in the 11-man ranks. 2-6 last year, first year at 11-man. A lot of adjustment needs to be made for those 2 extra players on the field.
Yeah, it is. Like we had talked about earlier, you think you're just adding 2 players, but really the whole scheme, offense and defense, it's a different level of play. Coming up from the 9-man ranks up to the 11-man, you got obviously a wider selection or more talent coming into those programs, into these bigger programs. So it is an adjustment that these 9-man teams have to make when they move up.
And their second year of 11-man looking good last week, defeating EEK 41-22. Always a good week when you hang 41 points. You have a quarterback in Trace King passing for over 220 yards. It looks like they got some things figured out on offense.
Yeah, you have to come into this game with a little bit of confidence. Like you said, coming up big, 41 points on the board, picking up your first win of the season, so they got to feel good coming into this game against Lisbon.
Both of these programs coming in with, I don't want to say new head coaches in terms of experience. Well, Curtis Walls for Linton, former VCSU Vikings starting quarterback. It is his first year as a head coach for Linton. Well, we have a coaching change this year for Lisbon. Mark Moss comes in, and he has spent some years as the head coach, spent a lot of years as an assistant coach, back to being the head coach, and he's described it as a new head coach, a new old head coach, and a new old coaching staff, because a lot of these same names are back.
Yeah, that's right, and that that's good. A good way to transition, taking over from Joe Girding, is getting Mark Moss in there, and not just looking at the head coach position, but now you also have the assistant coaches and Coonsey and Joe Kern coming up there. He was junior high coach. He's back up coaching the defense for the Broncos.
So a lot of familiar faces, names, and new places for this Lisbon team. We're getting you set for the Lisbon Broncos against the Linton HMB Lions. 11B Region 1 football here on YourLiveEvent.com. This is our pregame show. We're going to step aside. We'll be back with more.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to high-rate insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
And we're back here on our pregame show. Lisbon Broncos at home for the first time this season, playing against the Lions of Linton HMB. The Lions will start this game on offense. They won the coin toss. They'll start on opening this game on offense. The Broncos will start this one out on defense, and a chance for one of these two teams to set the tone. I think the way the offense played last week for Linton, they're really feeling it right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that they're happy they won that coin toss and they're able to, get their offense on the field and get them started, get off to a fast start, and put the pressure on the Broncos.
And you look at a quarterback with 220 yards of passing last week in their win. Wet field conditions might slow down your running game a little bit, but I think we might see, I don't want to say chippy, but we might see a little bit of tentative play when it comes to passing to start things off.
Yeah, they might want, try to feel it out a little bit based on these conditions out here. We had a heavy downpour for probably about 20 minutes, and now it's lightened up quite a bit. So, I guess the field conditions will improve as the night goes on.
So they are announcing the starting lineups out here. We're going to take one last break, and we'll get you back for opening kickoff when we return. It's high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Olson Accounting, they tackle it all with a variety of services to help your business, from payroll, strategic planning, and taxes. Plus, they'll protect your individual financial and retirement planning like an offensive line working together to protect the quarterback on the field. Let the team at Olson Accounting help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to high-rate insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
At Olson Accounting, they tackle it all with a variety of services to help your business from payroll, strategic planning, and taxes. Plus, they'll protect your individual financial and retirement planning like an offensive line working together to protect the quarterback on the field. Let the team at Olson Accounting help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
And we are back on yourliveevent.com. 12 minutes goes up on our Bank North scoreboard. Lisbon will kick the ball off to Linton here in their home opener as the Broncos come into this one 1-0. The Lions come in 1-0, a big Region 1 matchup between these two teams. Again, just a reminder, you can find all home and select road, at least all home games and a few select road Lisbon Broncos football games all season long on yourliveevent.com. The same will go for Broncos volleyball. Check out that schedule at Your Live Event. And a team in Linton that is just a few years removed from playing at the Fargo Dome for a 9-man championship, playing against a team that is just a few years removed playing for an 11-man championship. So the Lions have two back to return, standing at about the 14-yard line, one on each hash. The Broncos are ready to go. The officials are ready to go, and we're about to get underway out here in Lisbon.
Yep, number 23, Wyatt Webb, kicking off for the Broncos.
And this one's short. It's going to be picked up at about the 45-yard line, and that's where the stop will be made. Looks like Larry Umber was the one who made that catch. Not sure if that was a set play, just trying to catch them off guard.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, like you said, I don't know if that was a set play or just kind of squibbed it. You know, ball maybe a little bit wet. That was number 4, Seamus Kelly on the tackle.
They'll put this one at a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line of Linton's territory. So the Lions have some good field position to get things started here. Again, last week, 41-22, a win over EEK. Trace King, the senior, looking strong at the quarterback position, will come out with one receiver on either side. Again, a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. The senior awaits his snap. And a little high, reels it back in, rears up, takes a shot downfield, and incomplete.
Yeah, just overthrew him, got a little bit too much into that pass. That was defended by number 1, Levi Svem.
Yeah, Svem had a beat on that ball. Once he got free of his defender and knew he had him covered, he had to try to make up some ground, but a good opportunity to try to make that interception.
Yeah, it was good coverage by the Broncos. They had a couple other DBs back there making that coverage, so they just have to stay tight and not let anything get behind them.
2nd down and 10, ball at the 48, 11:50 here, just underway, first quarter. 2 in the backfield this time for Trace King, 1 receiver out on either side. Looks on this near side again, has time, rears up and throws. This one not a clean spiral and intercepted at about the 22, but it looks like a flag is down.
That was it, intercepted by...
That was Olsen who had the interception.
Okay, Wyatt Olsen on the interception, and there is a flag.
Yeah, I believe they called a hold, so we are stopped.
Hold.
There's going to be a hold on the defense. The officials discussing this one right here as we're stopped with 11:42. But, yeah, Wyatt Olsen saw that pass coming, had a read on it the entire time. Yeah, the hold will be against Lisbon.
Yeah, Wyatt Olsen had a beat on that, and the defensive back that was in coverage, I don't know if that was Bowden Greenlee on that. But he was on the inside of the receiver, and the receiver was turning towards the ball, and they called him for a hold.
So what would have been Lisbon's ball at about their own 22 instead becomes plus territory and a fresh set of downs for Linton HMB. The Lions at the 48 of Lisbon, a 1st and 10, first drive of the game. I formation, and they will go into the hands of the deep back, and the defense will stop him at the line. Holzer got the handoff, and he was stuffed. Might actually be for a loss, but now a 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a big hit there by number 55, Gabe Lyons. Gabe, inside linebacker there for the Broncos.
Yeah, Gabe has some size. He plays on the offensive line, and he kind of shows what kind of speed and movement he has that they move him to linebacker when they get on the defensive side of the ball. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 42 of Lisbon. King has time, throws far sideline this time, and this one is caught, and it's inside the 10. Grant Bush with the reception, and this one looks to be about 30 yards, 32 yards.
Carter Wallner for the Broncos on the coverage there.
So a 1st down here, and the ball is going to be at the 6, so a 1st and goal from 6 yards out. Linton threatening to score here early. King scrambles out, throws on the run, and this one incomplete. Not sure if Greenlee got a hand on that one or not, but either way, an incomplete pass will stop time with 10:48 to go first quarter.
Yeah, Broncos flushed out the quarterback on the run and looking for the back side of the end zone and just wasn't able to make that connection.
Yeah, right away the defense getting tested here. Bosch with that big 30-plus yard reception. So 2nd and goal from 6 yards out. Holzer, lone player in the strike that an I formation. King under center. He's going to run it himself and marches upfield, and he's going to be stopped about 2 yards shy of the end zone.
Yeah, number 75, Grant Lyons, in on the tackle on that, wrapping up the quarterback.
So now a 3rd and goal. Give him about, they're going to give him about a yard on that one. Thought he had a little bit more, but they're going to say the progress stopped at a yard. So a 3rd down, 5 to go. Lions on the doorstep of opening up scoring. King under center. They're going to stay with that I formation, and they will go to the deep back. No. Faking the handoff is King. Comes to the near sideline. Shot at the end zone, and this one is caught by Landon Bosch.
Yeah, Bosch just settled there in the back of the end zone, and quarterback very patient on the rollout, was able to find number 81 for the touchdown.
So Linton strikes first. They'll take the lead on this one 6-0, and it looks like the intentions are going to be for 2 points. No, they will come out here to kick it.
Kick a field goal or a extra point.
Touchdown comes at the 10:03 mark here of quarter number 1, and this one is no good. So the kick misses. but Linton takes the lead. They lead 6-0 on the Bank North scoreboard. The Broncos get a chance to answer back when we return. This is high school football on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
6-0, Linton with the lead. Lisbon will get their first shot of offense. It's Landon Bosch with the touchdown reception, a 6-yard reception, but it was that big 30-plus yard connection between King and Bosch that really set up that opportunity. So Linton letting it be known that they want to put this ball in the air. Let's see what Lisbon does in response. Coach Moss saying that this offense, they want to air it out a little bit more than they have in years past. Sven will pick up the ball up to the 25-yard line, to the 25, tries to extend it a few extra yards. He's going to be stopped on the progress. I believe it's probably going to be put at the 26 or 27.
That was number 41, Riley Richter, on the stop there for Linton HMB.
9:56 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Linton. Region 1 football matchup here tonight at Lisbon High School. Imagine playing your second varsity game, haven't had a day of class quite yet.
No, I'm sure they're looking forward to it. Get the crack open the books on Monday.
Olsen under center. Ball is put at the 28-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Greenlee, and he goes right into a pile of Lions players. I believe will be no gain on the attempt.
Yeah, Greenlee ran right into the middle of that pile. Offensive line just wasn't able to open up a hole or get a push there. So it looks like no gain on the carry.
I'll make it a 2nd and 10 here at the 28. Greenlee, of course, very well storied on what he's done in the wrestling world, the football world. He's been impressive as well. It wasn't the big offensive, didn't need to be the big offensive threat 2 years ago when they played for the championship, but contributed where needed. A 2nd down and 10 at the 28. Now 2 in the backfield. And keeping the ball on the run is Webb, and Webb may sneak through for a yard or two and a 3rd down. So, that's Wyatt Olsen, not Wyatt Webb. Olsen who'll get a yard or two on that carry.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of, an option play there, and quarterback decided to keep it, saw an opening, was able to surge forward for a 2-yard gain.
Makes it a 3rd and 8, ball up to the 30. 8:50 and counting to go first quarter. Lisbon down by 6. Olsen awaits the snap, has 2 receivers near side, will throw it to the flat, connects with Svem. Svem tries to stiff arm, will get out of bounds, actually still in bounds. This one looks about the 35-yard line and not enough for a 1st down, but we'll get some positive yards.
Yeah, may have made it to the 36-yard line. So we're looking at about a 4th and 2.
Early in the game, down 6-0. Imagine they will play it safe here. Still plenty of football left to be played.
We're looking at a 4th and 3.
Sven will do the punting. The Broncos will flip the field. Linton, decent return here, will put them in plus territory. Here comes the snap, the kick, and over end picked up at about the 40-yard line, finally touched by a Bronco. So a 1st and 10, Linton will get the ball at their 40.
Yeah, Lisbon will have to find an answer there for the air attack of the Linton HMB.
Yeah, Linton mixed it up a little bit. I was impressed with how they mixed up with that I formation a little bit and got the defense kind of off balance and were able to get positive yards on those plays. But yeah, the deep passing threat is going to be here for Linton.
Yeah, the couple run plays that Linton did run, the Bronco defensive line was able to stuff those plays.
So 1st and 10, Linton at their own 39-yard line. The 2 in the backfield for the Lions. They lead 6-0. Ball will go into the hands of the deep back Holzer, and Holzer gets some good blocking. Finally wrapped around and stopped at the 46.
Yeah, good run there by Holzer with number 41, Richter, the fullback there leading the way, opening up the hole.
Olsen and Lyons on the tackle. 2nd down and 4, so 6 yards on that pickup for Holzer. Richter is back at fullback for Holzer. Lyons on the near hash mark, and it's going to go to Holzer again. This time the defense is all over it, and it'll be a stop for no gain. I think it was Tapson who was made the initial contact and really slowed them down. A good job by the linebackers and linemen to kind of clean that up.
Yeah, Colton Tapson had a great game last week up there in Kindred, was flying all over the field along with Greenlee, and they're going to need that same type of performance tonight.
Inside of 7 to go, first quarter. 3rd down, 4 to go for Linton HMB. This time just one in the backfield in Holzer for the quarterback King. 2 receivers far side, 1 on the near side, and some play action, a run towards the right, and the defense is all over it. No gain for King.
Yeah, a little bit of a trick play there, fake to the running back, and then quarterback keeper tried to sneak around on the far side, and Lisbon defense able to sniff that one out.
So 4th down, 4 to go. Actually, it's going to be a loss of a yard. 4th down and 5 to go. Linton will flip the field here from their own 45-yard line. I believe it's going to be Greenlee back to return the punt. Yeah, Greenlee stands at his team's 22-yard line. Greenlee will get under this one at the 19, charges upfield, gets pressure at the 25, straddles the sideline, taken out at about the 30. So Greenlee out at the 30, 1st and 10, Lisbon at their 30. Their first offensive series for the Broncos, they were forced to punt. Just kind of tried to will themselves up the middle, up that A-gap against Linton. Linton was all over it. Let's see what the new look for the offense will be here on this series.
Yeah, Lisbon's got to, get out there and get that first down here, get their first down of the game and get a little momentum going.
Mike Nelson, receiver out on the far side, 2 in the backfield for the quarterback. Olsen under center. His team down 6-0 here in the first quarter, and he'll give this one to Greenlee, the deep back, who finds a small crease and gets himself about a yard or 2 before being taken down to the grass.
Yeah, play a little bit slow to develop. Oh, Olsen held on to the ball a little bit long. Greenlee was able to get it and surge ahead for 2 yards.
2nd down and 8, ball up to the 33-yard line. Five minutes, 22 seconds and counting to go. Opening quarter. Home opener tonight for Lisbon. They are 1-0. Linton is 1-0. 2 receivers far side this time. Wyatt Olsen will scope the field. Will pitch it back over to the far side to Greenlee. Greenlee upfield. Should have enough for a first down. Actually, he's going to be stopped at the 40.
Yeah, Greenlee was able to hit the edge there on that sweep and picked up a nice gain there, 6 yards.
We'll see where the spot. I think they'll put it right at that 40. Yep. So about 3rd and 2, I would say. The scoreboard says a 1st and 10, but we're still looking at 3rd down. Double checking with the chain gang there. So 3rd down and 2 is what they'll have. Nelson and Sfem will be receivers on the near side. Plenty in the backfield for Wyatt Olsen to go with here on a 3rd and 2. And he'll come to Greenlee. Greenlee needs to turn an edge here. Greenlee gets it for the first down, keeps going on the near sideline, taken out at the 45.
Nice block there by the number 21, Trent Metzen, the fullback. Was able to open that up there for Greenlee, and Greenlee able to get around the side or the near side here.
First down of the game for the Broncos, puts them at the 40 of Linton.
Yeah, Metzen's block there sealed that corner, and Greenlee able to use that speed and get around.
A lot of patience on that run in the backfield, a lot of trusting of your teammates.
Yeah, you noticed that last year with Greenlee as well, a very patient runner, and I think he kind of gets a little bit of that from Jordan Sauer. Sauer's the same thing, very patient in the hole, waiting for things to develop.
And it's going to go to Greenlee again deep in the backfield, and about a yard or 2 on that run. 2nd down. 5th carry by my count for Greenlee in this one. And last week, 12 carries, 47 yards. The offense didn't get a lot going against a very tough Kindred team. I'll give Greenlee 2 on that carry. 26 yards on 5 carries by my count for Greenlee. Olsen under center. Makes the handoff, tucks and tries to run, picks up a block. Nice job turning upfield. First down territory. He's going to keep going and upended at the 30. And another first down for the Broncos.
Yep, nice run there by Wyatt Olsen. Able to fall around his blockers around that far side on that sweep and picks up the first down.
I believe they'll put it right at the 30. No, they'll put it at the 28. So 1st and 10 from the 28 for Lisbon. Trying to get on our Bank North scoreboard. Nelson's Fem on the near side. Man gets set in motion. It's a sweep that's going to go to Greenlee. Greenlee comes around and is taken out of bounds on the near side. So some positive yards for Greenlee. And it's a second down. It's inside of 3 minutes now left to go.
That's on about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, they'll give Greenlee 5 on that carry. So 2nd down and 5, ball to 23. We've seen kind of Nelson and Fem on a tandem on either side of the line of scrimmage. This time they go far side. Olsen drops back, looks near side, will connect with Greenlee on the flat. Greenlee caught in a one-on-one situation, and the defense will get caught up with him as he comes out of bounds.
Yeah, Olsen took that snap and went to his first read. Nothing was there, so then he just dropped it or dumped it off there to Greenlee. Greenlee not able to get any positive yards out of that, and as a matter of fact, he loses about 2 yards.
So we'll play for a loss, 3rd down for Lisbon. I'm going to lose about 3 or 4 on that play. High formation coming again. Olsen under center. We'll pitch it back to Greenlee, this time right side. And looked like there was a missed block coming around the corner, and he is stopped at the 25. So just a couple yards on that run.
Yep, number 88, Cashton Moser, did a nice job there shedding his blocker and was able to step back to the inside and turn Greenlee back up the middle and make the tackle.
So 4th down and 7 for the Broncos. Olsen went to the sideline. We'll come back into the huddle. 17 seconds right now on the play clock. Broncos have some time. They will come out. And they are going to try to go for this one here. They'll go to Greenlee. No, Olsen keeps it. Olsen throws. Caught by Fem. And it's enough for a first down.
That was a nice route there. Number 23 came back across right in front of the receiver there and was able to clear that zone out, setting up that nice reception.
Should be about 12 or 13 yards on the completion. It'll be 12 yards on the completion. First and 10 from the 13. Broncos trying to get the equalizer here with 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And a handoff to Greenlee. The defense is right there.
That was a nice counter play there. Linton HMB line, though, stuck home and was able to make that stop for no gain.
So no gain on that run attempt. Now a 2nd down and 10, 7 seconds left. The Broncos do not have to snap the football. And it looks like they will concede this first half here and try to do it from the other side of the field. We have played one complete quarter here on our Bank North scoreboard. It is Linton HMB 6, Lisbon scoreless. Back with more football on yourliveevent.com.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Here, When your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
We are back on YourLiveEvent.com. Second quarter just about to get underway. 6-0 Linton leads Lisbon, but the Broncos a 2nd and 10 at the Lions' 10-yard line. Broncos will break the huddle, step to the line here. Lone touchdown we've seen this game was Landon Bosch, the tight end, a 5-yard reception. And here we go, the Broncos trying to tie things up. They will go to Greenlee, finds a crease, taken down just shy of the end zone.
Yeah, nice hole there on the left side of the line for the Broncos. Opened that up, could have drove a Mack truck through that.
Greenlee maybe 9.5 yards.
Yeah, I'd say about that.
It's about as close as you're going to get without breaking the plane. Well, ball is on the 3. So we'll say 7 on that one. So third and goal. Olsen under center. Olsen will go to Greenlee again, tries to run around the outside, but the defense stays with him. Gentry Richter makes the stop of Greenlee for about a loss of a yard or 2.
Yeah, Richter came shooting through the center of the line there and able to grab a hold of Greenlee and drag him down.
I'd imagine Richter, who had 20 tackles last week, he was assigned to Greenlee, and he knew what his assignment was on that play.
Yep. Yeah, obviously he's a big part of their defense, and they need him to step up in this game to, just bring Greenlee down and hold him back.
Fourth and goal from 3 out. Second quarter just underway. Olsen winds out to the near side, throws, and in and out of the hands of Svem, and it's an incompletion, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Linton will get the ball on their 3-yard line. That's about as close as you can get on making a catch without coming away with the touchdown.
Yeah, once again, Richter able to shoot through the line there, number 10 for Linton HMB, and put the pressure on Wyatt Olsen.
So pressure right now on this Linton offense. They do have the football. They're at their own 3. I would imagine the first play, the goal is to just get as far away from that end zone as you can.
Yeah, I'd say they would want to do a little bit of a run play here, a couple run plays to give themselves some breathing room.
And the Lions will break the huddle, line up on the near hash. Again, a 1st and 10 on their own 3-yard line, getting the ball on the turnover on downs. Right on the 1-yard line is their quarterback, King. And King will keep it himself and closing in the gap. The Broncos able to hold him to maybe a yard. So it will be a 2nd down.
Yeah, Linton challenging in the heart of the Lisbon defense. They're right up the middle, able to grab a half a yard out of that.
That'll be a pickup of a yard. 2nd down and 9. They're up to their 4. I believe that was McDaniel who was able to close out that gap and make the tackle as King returns under center, just under 10 to go here in this first half. And it'll be a handoff to the deep back and open field for Holzer, and he is tackled at the 10.
Yeah, number 5, Greenlee, able to wrestle down Holzer. That was, possibly a touchdown-saving tackle. Gets by Greenlee. Wyatt Olsen was right there as well, but he gets by them, and he's off to the races in the end zone.
Now, Holzer had a great read on his blocking right there. I mean, he just had wide open space, a little bit of a stiff arm, but yeah, I think if that tackle hadn't come, we'd be talking about a 12-0 game and an extra point attempt. King will be under center, 3rd down and 3. Linton has moved the ball here on this drive. It's a handoff again to the deep back, and a tackle comes from Wallner against Holzer, and I believe it will be about a yard shy of a 1st down.
Yeah, Greenlee able to get back around there and force him to the inside, leaving him for Carter Wallner to take down.
And they're going to say a gain of 2.
Yeah, big decision time there for Linton HMB. Looks like they're going to bring out the punt team here.
.8:42 and counting to go in the first half on our Bank North scoreboard.
Well, they're going to go.
And we got a whistle, didn't see what it was for. They'll be on Linton. And they're going to have to move back here.
You go from punting on the 2-yard line, all are punting in the back of their end zone.
Yeah, you wonder if Linton was trying to take some time to see if they can draw some sort of an offsides or something against Lisbon as the snap a little bit low. This punt is picked up by Greenlee at the 40. Let's see if he tries to make a play. Not. He will let one of the Lions players touch it at about the 43-yard line. That's where Lisbon will begin the drive. So the Broncos able to get the ball back here quickly, down 6-0, 8:08 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Lisbon able to put together a few first downs there on that second drive, making it deep into Linton HMB territory, just not able to put it in the end zone.
Linton scored on their opening drive of the game. The Broncos went 3 and out, have looked a lot stronger on offense since then. And both of these teams have worked quickly on offense, have ran the ball a lot, so it's just been a few series for either team. And some early movement on the line. We're going to get a flag down.
It looks like number 88 on the defense.
And Mosier moved early, so the Broncos will be on the beneficial end of this penalty.
Offsides are the Lions.
Time stop with 8 minutes, 8 seconds left in the first half. Home opener for the Broncos.
Yeah, it was good discipline there by the Broncos. Able to hold that extra count there and draw on that offsides.
First down and 5. They are up to the 38-yard line. And the ball will go to Greenlee, and Greenlee comes through first down and about an extra yard or two on that one.
Number 37, Grant Bosch, defensive back for Linton HMB on the tackle.
Actually, they're going to spot him just shy. I'm going to say he went 4 on the run. So a second down and 1. Ball down to the 34. About 17 seconds on the play clock. High formation this time as Olsen comes under center. He'll keep this one, and some pressure in the backfield. He is stopped back at the 40. Gentry Richter right on the play again.
Yeah, Gentry Richter making a statement here for the line play there of Linton HMB defense. Coming up big, a couple plays in a row here, making a few stops down by the goal line and now coming through here midfield.
And this is where that penalty to start this drive comes into play. As a 5-yard loss, but you're still at 3rd and manageable, so it comes out on the beneficial end for Lisbon right now. For Linton, you were looking at a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16 situation.
Yeah, Lisbon struggled a little bit here on their passing. We'll see what they do.
Pitch back to Greenlee. Greenlee looking for some sort of an opening upfield, redirects, but the defense is on him, and he is tackled at the 42-yard line, so a loss of 3 for Greenlee, and the Broncos will have to flip the field.
Yeah, Linton HMB not fooled at all on that play. They sniffed that one out and took care of Greenlee.
And you wonder with Greenlee having played quarterback last season if maybe there was that option for him to go downfield, but just could not find any time to get something to develop there. A 4th and 8, and Lisbon wants to take a timeout. Timeout Broncos, 6:08 left to go in the first half. We'll be back with more on yourliveevent.com.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Back on yourliveevent.com, Linton 6, Lisbon 0 on our Bank North scoreboard. Thanks for joining us on Your Live Event here, our first broadcast of Broncos football. We'll have all home games and select road games. We'll be on the air for you. You can check out our schedule at yourliveevent.com. We'll have volleyball coming your way Tuesday night as well. Select road volleyball matches, but home matches for the Broncos. 6:08 left to play in the second quarter. Broncos facing a 4th down and 8. Looks like they want to try it here on a 4th and 8.
Yep.
Olsen drops back, tries to throw to Greenlee, but it is broken up.
Yeah, number 88, Caster Moser for Linton HMB back there, putting the pressure on, is able to bat that one down.
So a turnover on down, second time the Broncos have done this in the game, and Linton will have it, I believe will be at their 41-yard line. Yep, 1st and 10 at the 41 of Linton HMB.
Yeah, I think on a play like that, with 4th and 8, you probably want to go to what your strengths are. And right now, the passing game for Lisbon is not their strength.
Yeah, they have struggled I believe only connecting on a few passes, but have just not been in those key situations. So Keene comes back out here to lead the offense. He'll come out of the pistol, has 3 receivers far side, 1 near side, has time, wings this one out, and incomplete. Grant Bosch was the intended receiver, and incompletion.
Yeah, Carter Wallner defending on the pass there for Lisbon. With Wyatt Olsen, they're backing him up.
King is 2 for 8 in passing, but the 2 passes he's connected on, one of them was for 32 yards on a 3rd down. The other one, a 5-yard completion to Bosch in the end zone to make it 6-0. 5:59 to go in the first half. 3 receivers near side, 1 far side. Again, Trace King comes out of the pistol for Linton. Drops back, tries to throw on the run, will connect with a short pass. Shosik will get it and extends this one out to the 40.
Yeah, nice middle screen there by Linton HMB. That's kind of what, one of their bread and butter plays. That's what I look, to see from Linton HMB is running those plays. Nice screen set up there. Defense pressured them. They should have sniffed that one out. Linton picks up a nice gain.
Shosik with his first reception of the game, and this will be a 1st down. Ball at the 41 now of the Lions. Of the Broncos for the Lions. King with some time, now getting pressured and taken down back at the 50-yard line. Wyatt Webb with the sack and a loss of 9.
Oh, Wyatt Webb stepping up, making a big play there for the Broncos, pushing Linton HMB back past right up to midfield.
And the blocking the last few plays for Trace King has been fantastic, so we had no reason to believe that he needed to be rushed on that one, and Wyatt Webb gave him reason to be.
Yeah, you have to wonder, maybe the coach called a blitz there. Wyatt Webb making a nice play.
2nd down and 20. Linton will put 2 in the backfield this time. Let's see if they keep it on the ground for this play, and they do as they pitch it to the deep back. Holzer, and Holzer getting pressure, can't turn a corner, and he has wrapped around and tackled, and it's Wyatt Webb, I believe, made the initial contact, and Gabe Lyons finished it off.
Yeah, Levi Sim also there on the defense was able to help string that one out. Took a block to the back there from number 41, but no harm, no foul apparently.
Yeah, I tell you, the offense is not where Lisbon wants it to be, but this defense is making up for it here on this possession. A 3rd down and 20. Linton bump back into their own territory. They lead 6-0. 4:27 to go in the second quarter. 1 receiver out on either side, 2 in the backfield for King. He'll have some options on this play, get some blocking, shot towards the far sideline, and it is incomplete. Jokum was the intended receiver on the far sideline, broken up downfield.
Yeah, it was a nice defensive play there by Mike Nelson. Looked like Jokum was going to get behind him. And just a little bit underthrown that ball was. Nelson able to come back and defend that.
4:20 left to play in the first half on our Bank North scoreboard. 4th down and 20. Make that 4th down and 23 for Linton HMB. And they're coming out ready to punt. Greenlee standing at the 20 to return this punt. And Greenlee makes the catch and tried to elude the first tackle and stumbles his way up for a pick of about 2 or 3 yards. I believe that was Landon Bosch who makes the stop. Broncos have 4 minutes, 13 seconds to try to tie and then try to take the lead going into the half.
Yeah, Lisbon has enough time to, put a few runs together and make it downfield here to score before the end of the half.
That defense is giving you plenty to get energized about. Let's see if they can convert that into offensive opportunities. Ball will be at the Broncos' 24-yard line. Olsen will come under center. Svem is set in motion. Olsen has time to pass. Puts this one to Svem, and it's tipped away. Shosik throws his hand out at the last second and breaks it up, incompletion. And that was almost a home run pass. You think that one lands in his hands, he's at the end zone.
Yeah, Svem, thought that one was coming right into his hand, right into the breadbasket, but able to shoot over there was number 15, made a nice defensive play on that one.
Now stop time with 4:06 to go in the second quarter. The only touchdown we've had so far in this game came at the 10 minutes, 3-second mark of our first quarter. Two receivers on the near side, 2 in the backfield for Olsen. Drops back, bouncing around, rears up and throws. This one to Nelson near side, incomplete.
Yeah, Nelson working the sideline there, just not able to connect with Wyatt Olsen.
Well, now make it a 3rd down and 10. 4 minutes exactly left to go here in the first half. One of these teams will come out here with an undefeated record after 2 weeks of play. Every win going a long way in a very tough Region 1. 3rd down and 10, ball at the 24-yard line. Olsen throws a little screen pass, connects with Greenlee, and Greenlee slips through and will get some positive yards.
It'll be close to the first down, maybe just a half yard short. And it is a first down for the Broncos.
And they've connected on a few passes. That would be the 3rd completion coming from Olsen, but that one just feels a little bit more bigger than the other two because of this. Given the situation, you get a first down, you elude the pressure, and you have 3 minutes, 30 seconds now to try to get this one upfield. Throw towards the flat, and that is with Svem, and the defense is all over him, and they will finally stop the play.
Yeah, no gain on that play for Levi Svem. Just trying to work the edges and let the receiver make a play, just not able to get any separation.
2nd and 10, ball at the 35. Another throw towards the near side. Nelson will make the catch. The defense immediately on him.
About a gain of 5 yards on the reception there for Nelson.
Nelson's first reception of the game. And the Broncos are moving the ball up here. They just they want a big chunk yardage play here with the time that they're fighting against right now. 2 minutes, 25 seconds and counting left in this half.
Yeah, it seems like they're, trying to work back up to that home run play. They had it, a few plays before with Levi Svem, just not able to connect.
Olsen awaits the snap, has 2 receivers near side, and throws to Svem over the defender. Svem eludes the first one, can't get by the second, and he is stopped at about the 45-yard line. This will be shy of a first down again.
Probably looking at about a yard, maybe 2 yards short here. Fourth down and 1.
I feel like these last couple of receptions, it's just been all yak yards. They just initiated, contact was initiated right away. They've just driven through. They've picked up yards, moved up field, and they've They are 0 for 2 on 4th down attempts in this game, but they'll go for it here on a 4th and 1.
I think Coach Moss is putting a little bit of pressure on his receivers, going out there to make a play after the reception.
Minute and a half to go in the first half. Lisbon down 6-0. And it'll come back to Greenlee, and Greenlee charges upfield and is down for a loss.
Yeah, Greenlee not able to hit the edge on that sweep and brought down for a loss. So it'll be turned back over to Linton HMB at the 46-yard line.
Minute 21 to go in the second quarter. 6-0 Lions on the Bank North scoreboard. Lions will have the ball at the 44-yard line. The way that King and their offense has been working through the air, 2 or 3 plays can put them right into the red zone.
Yeah, I'll say Linton HMB will go to the air right away, try to work downfield and get a quick score before the half.
There'll be a single back for King and Holzer. He'll pitch it back over to Holzer, who will run himself upfield, has some opening, and then the defense is right there to make the stop. It's Carter Wallner who makes the tackle.
It looks like Wallner and Svem on the tackle.
Holzer will get 4 and a 2nd down and 6. Actually, they'll give him 5 straight on that one. 2nd down and 5, under a minute to play. King awaits the snap. Comes back, looks on the far sideline, rears up and throws, and this one tipped around. Nice. Is it going to be an interception?
It was tipped up in the air, and it looked like Lisbon was able to intercept that.
Yeah, Broncos will get the interception. I didn't see who it was.
A nice athletic play there by Mike Nelson, number 20 for the Broncos.
And Nelson knew it was coming. He gets in the air, pulls it down, and the Broncos get the ball with 39 seconds left before the half. You had to fight for that one all the way through the ground. For some of that wrestling comes into play.
That's right.
You know what leverage to get.
Yeah, it was about like a suplex move there, reaching back around to grab that interception.
1st and 10 at their own 23 for the Broncos. And it's going to be some open field coming for Olsen, and he is taken down just past the 40.
Yeah, brought down in bounce there is Wyatt Olsen, so the Lisbon forced to take a timeout.
I believe it will be about a 22-yard carry, 21 or 22, 21 yards. Broncos will get the 1st down. They will use that timeout here with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I think Linton HMB was probably looking for a pass there, and Olsen brought it down, kept it, and made a nice gain.
You know, you kind of feel, I know this is week 2 or week 1, however you want to look at it, of the season, but kind of shades to that Oaks game last year where they needed that win to guarantee that spot in the playoffs. And they ended up making the playoffs, but made it a little bit harder on themselves. But you felt that they were controlling offense, controlling time and space, could just not finish drives, and you kind of feel a little bit of that here in the first half. You know, last year against Oaks, time was not on their side. Now they got 30 seconds here and a whole other half of football.
Yeah, Lisbon able to open up their playbook a little bit. You know, that second drive really showed what they're capable of.
So the Broncos will come out here, a fresh set of downs at their own 44-yard line. Be Nelson and Svem at the far side, 2 in the backfield, coming for Wyatt Olsen. Low snap to Olsen, recovers. Throws this one over to Svem. Svem at the 30 to the 20. Cuts up the middle of the field and into the end zone. 46 yards for the touchdown. The first points of the season for the Broncos.
Yeah, Levi Svem broke open, wide open, running down the sidelines there on the far side. Hauls it in, makes a nice cut, scores a touchdown.
And that's a big pendulum shift coming for Lisbon.
Yeah, that's a big points, putting some points up on the board before half, tying it up, and they can take the lead here.
So 6-6 the score. That was a nice move that Svem made to cut towards the middle of the field. Knew he had one defender to get by, knew he had some blocking coming up for the aid.
Yep, just good heads-up play there by Levi Svem.
Broncos are going to go for 2. And And a miscommunication on the handoff, and Greenlee will be stopped. So the Broncos can't get the 2 points, but they are able to tie this one up. It is 6-6 on the Bank North scoreboard. 18 seconds left in the first half. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to high-rate insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we remain true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
19 seconds left to play in the first half. It is 6-6. Linton will get the football and trying to get a decent return right off the gate. The ball is knocked loose, still on the ground, and I think Linton is able to recover it, but it did shave off a few seconds here before halftime.
That was Gabe Lyons, number 55, that came in there, was able to punch that one out. Ball momentarily on the ground.
14 seconds left, and we'll see now if Coach Walls decides to be conservative or wants to take at least one shot here downfield. Tell you the way that Trace King has played under center today and led this offense, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go for a deep one. Instead, they want to try to get one running play here with 14 seconds left. Say, judging by the body language when he went under center, it looked like he was ready to take a knee, and that's what he'll do, and we'll let the first half expire. We played one half of football out here in Lisbon on the Bank North scoreboard. It is Linton HMB 6, Lisbon 6. Back with more on yourliveevent.com.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
At Olson Accounting, they tackle it all with a variety of services to help your business, from payroll, strategic planning, and taxes. Plus, they'll protect your individual financial and retirement planning like an offensive line working together to protect the quarterback on the field. Let the team at Olson Accounting help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to high-rate insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
At Olson Accounting, they tackle it all with a variety of services to help your business from payroll, strategic planning, and taxes. Plus, they'll protect your individual financial and retirement planning like an offensive line working together to protect the quarterback on the field. Let the team at Olson Accounting help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter. Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Have a candy
Halftime
toss.
here in Lisbon. The Linton HMB Lions 6, the Lisbon Broncos 6 on the Bank North scoreboard. Joel Morgan, Brent Dick with you here on the broadcast. And a big touchdown to end the first half. Lisbon's offense kind of always been right there for those opportunities. Couldn't find the end zone. 46-yard connection to Svem. And that has really, really shifted the momentum. If you're Lisbon, you got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, I think it was telling at the end of that half there when Linton HMB just chose to kneel down. They didn't want to give up anything else, give anything back to Lisbon.
So let's take a look at how first half scoring began. Linton got the opening kickoff to start the game, and it was two big completions that helped him find the end zone. First, Trace King was able to connect with Grant Bosch for a 32-yard completion. They mix in the running game there, and then the scoring drive would end to Landon Bosch, the tight end in the end zone. Touchdown came at the 10:03 mark. Extra point attempt was no good. It would be 6-0, and it would be 6-0 for a while until 19 seconds left to play in the first half. As we mentioned, Svem, that 46-yard completion. 2-point conversion, no good, but a 6-6 game, and that is where we stand right now. We've seen kind of a little bit of everything. We've seen Lisbon look really good on defense. We've seen Linton figure out some things on defense. We've seen them both look good on offense. 6-6, maybe not a testament to how much action has really been in these first two quarters.
Yeah, Lisbon struggled early on that first drive, but since then they've been able to put together, first downs and nice long drives downfield. And you'd have to think that, the momentum has shifted to Lisbon's favor. Defense on both sides playing great. Able to keep it closer going into the half, 6-6.
Let's take a look at some first half numbers, unofficial numbers, and this was kind of surprising. It is possible that my numbers are that far off, but 56 yards passing, 17 yards rushing for Linton HMB, and make that 10 yards rushing with some losses. 66 yards of total offense. Again, that is by my count. they have been very efficient with their offense.
Yeah, Lisbon, came out that first drive of Linton. They gave up a few big pass plays and was able to make some adjustments with their defensive backs and have been able to, make the coverages now. And nice interception by Mike Nelson there at midfield, or just past midfield, that was able to help set up, that drive for Lisbon.
Trace King for Linton, 3 for 11, 1 touchdown completion. As we mentioned, that was to Landon Bosch. He did throw that 1 interception that Mike Nelson was able to get to set up the scoring drive. Rushing-wise, Nathan Holzer, 17 yards on 6 carries, their biggest completion to Bosch for 32 yards. Numbers for the Lisbon Broncos, Olsen, 6 for 11 on passing, 89 yards in the air with 1 touchdown. Bowden Greenlee on the ground, 43 yards on 13 carries. Wyatt Olsen, 31 yards on 4 carries. Levi Svem has been a big target, 4 completions for 58 yards. So 163 yards of offense for Lisbon. Something we don't see a whole lot with Lisbon Broncos football is this passing attack, and they've really started to figure it out here from this, about the second half point of quarter number 2.
Yep, they have. And, Wyatt Olsen, also a great baseball player for the Lisbon Legion team. They're leaning on him with that big cannon of an arm that he has. Come out here and open it up for Lisbon on the passing side of the ball. Lisbon's always been run-heavy offense, and it's nice to see him start to spread that out and mix in the passes.
6-6 our score here on the Bank North scoreboard. We'll step aside. We'll try to get you some scores from around the region coming up next on yourliveevent.com.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to high-rate insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
At Olson Accounting, they tackle it all with a variety of services to help your business from payroll, strategic planning, and taxes. Plus, they'll protect your individual financial and retirement planning like an offensive line working together to protect the quarterback on the field. Let the team at Olson Accounting help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
A game is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we're back on yourliveevent.com. Our third quarter just about to get underway as it is 6-6 Linton and Lisbon. Home opener for the Broncos here today. And a lot going on around the football stadium. We got people riding horses. We got the Ferris wheel going on. It's the Ransom County Fair happening, and a kind of a unique scenery to have for this broadcast.
Yeah, it makes for a nice atmosphere, a little bit different than what your normal Friday night lights. The rodeo going on and the fair in the background.
So the Broncos scored last. They scored with about 14 seconds left to play in the first half of this game. They have all the momentum, and to add on top of that, they will receive the football to begin the second half. You got to imagine that was in the back of their minds, too, when they went to finish that scoring drive.
Yeah, that touchdown at the end of the half, definitely key for the Broncos. Be able to see if they can take that momentum here into the second half.
So here we go, 12 minutes will go up on our Bank North scoreboard. Broncos will try to strike early here in quarter number 3. By the way, since kickoff, I don't think we've seen much of any rain really steadily come through this area, but still some wet conditions. Broncos' return looks to be at about the 40-yard line, so a good return for Lisbon, 1st and 10 at their 40.
Mikey Nelson for Lisbon on the receiving end of that, able to pick up a couple yards. They'll spot the ball at the 40-yard line.
Again, Linton has not scored since about 2 minutes into the start of this game. Got some score updates we'll get you here our next stoppage of play. Looked like someone may have went early for Linton. The officials didn't get it, but a good run here for Olson as he is up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, Olson calling his own number there at the huddle, able to pick up a 5-yard gain for Lisbon.
So now a 2nd down and 5. The big matchup being played in 11B football, Kindred and HCV. That one at the half. Kindred 21-0 their lead. Last time we checked in, EEK and Northern Cass, it was EEK a 7-0 lead against the Northern Cass Jaguars. They'll be playing against Central Cass in Castleton next Friday. We'll have that game for you on yourliveevent.com. Second down and 5, ball up to the 45-yard line. One receiver far side, I formation this time for Olsen. And he rolls out to the left side to pass. He'll connect with Svem. Svem to the 40, picks up a block up to the 45.
Yeah, Olsen able to connect with Svem on the outside. Nelson there ready to pick up a block for Svem. Svem just cut her back to the inside on that.
You get the sense that Linton's defense goes, okay, they're going to run it. They got Greenlee. They got some players in the backfield. They can make some things happen. They keep thinking, is this it, this it, this it? And this is the situation where they thought it was it.
Yeah, and it goes back to that screen there right before the half. Lisbon ran a screen, just kind of capitalizing or taking advantage of that hard rush by Linton HMB.
1st and 10 at the Lions' 35-yard line. Olsen rolls out, and he is brought down for a big loss in the backfield.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation there on the line by Lisbon. Was able to open that up for Linton HMB, able to get in the backfield and bring down Olsen.
Cashton Mosier, the big sophomore, with the big tackle.
Yeah, it looked like Lisbon's line maybe just a little bit confused on the count and did not fire off the ball.
So now that'll bring us to a 2nd down and 20. Broncos bump back to the 45-yard line, still in plus territory, just under 9 to go. Our second half underway, 6-6 game. Broncos remaining in the huddle. We'll hurry up to the line of scrimmage, have 3 seconds left on the play clock. Snap just in time. Olsen comes back, getting pressure right now, needs the throw, puts this one in the air, and it's caught by a coach on the sideline. Cashton Mosier had gotten free again, this time from the other side, and brought all sorts of pressure on to Olsen, and his only option was to get rid of that football.
Yeah, that was a good heads-up play, though, by Wyatt Olsen. Instead of forcing it downfield into a bad spot, he just throws it out of bounds.
Well, stop time with 9:38 left in the 3rd quarter. Broncos up to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers near side. Snap to Olsen, a little low, picks it up, recovers, rears up downfield, and was trying to find Svem. Svem got knocked down, was looking for a pass interference as he was brought down by Carter Pfeiffer. Instead, it'll be an incompletion and a 4th down and 20.
A little bit of incidental contact there on that play.
Yeah, I think that the no call was the right call to make in that instance. We're stopped at 9:30 left to go. Excuse me, or just underway, I should say, is our third quarter. A lot of football left to play here in this 6-6 game.
Levi Svem back to punt for Lisbon.
And here comes the punt. From the 20, will roll back inside the 10 at about the 5. A nice punt for Svem.
Seamus Kelly back there down at it inside the 5-yard line.
Seamus Kelly, again, a name you've heard for a couple years with Lisbon Sports. Yeah, just a sophomore.
Yeah, Seamus Kelly, multi-sport athlete, plays football, wrestles in the wintertime, track in the springtime, and then plays baseball during the summer.
Ball will be on the 3-yard line, so some pressure right now from Linton. They faced a similar situation in the first half. In fact, just about the same spot on the field, except on the near hash. They'll face this one again as they will go into the hands of their deep back, Holzer. And Holzer stopped at about the 5.
Met in the hole there by number 55, Gabe Lyons, and then assisted by Bowden Greenlee, number 5.
Holzer will get 2 on the carry. 2nd down and 8. Ball on the 5. Broncos trying to make it 2-0 on the season before a trip next week to EEK. EEK, as we mentioned, leading Northern Cass 7-0. Two in the backfield again for King, who puts himself under center. Again, ball at his own 5-yard line. Will pitch to Holzer, the deep back. Picks up a block, comes loose, and upended at the 12-yard line. But still a pickup of 7.
Yeah, Colton Tapson came shooting in there, missed the tackle, and was able to free up Holzer there for a couple extra yards.
Looks like they're going to give them the first down. Well, they will. So a 1st and 10 up to the 12 right now is Linton HMB. 6-6 game. They have not been able to answer back since Lisbon scored that touchdown. Pitch to Holzer. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage by a whole gang of Broncos. 2nd and 10.
You know, Litton's worked that left side of the Broncos defense there, picking up a few yards. Toss it back to the right, and Lisbon's able to snuff that out for about a yard gain there.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Lions. .7:35 and counting. Quarter number 3. High formation, one receiver either side. He'll come to Holzer. Holzer tried to cut, and the defense was right on him. He is stopped for maybe a yard.
It looked like number 52 there, Tapson in on the tackle.
And Tapson has been all over the place. Yeah, will be Tapson on the tackle. So another short gain for Linton. 3rd down and 8. You don't want to start looking at time and the clock right now, just under 7 minutes in the 3rd quarter, but you know what's in the back of the mind of the coaches in both of these teams is how the offense has been in this game, is that every possession is going to mean that much more. Pass downfield, broken up by Carter Wallner.
Wallner able to stick a hand in there at the last minute and bat that one away.
Bosch, the intended receiver, and now a 3rd down. Strike that, make that a 4th down and 8.
It was nice coverage there by Carter Wallner, going step for step, draped right on the hip there.
Really bad for the Broncos.
So it's Greenlee to return at the 50-yard line. You know, for everything we've seen in this game, not that it's been a comedy of errors, but we haven't seen too many big plays come on special teams as the end-over-end kick is grabbed about the 46-yard line, and Greenlee is going to march this one upfield and down at about the 43.
Yeah, Greenlee on the reception there made a nice sidestep, was able to sidestep number 88, Mosier, able to pick up about 5 yards, 6 yards on that reception.
So both teams have now seen the football here in the second half, a 6-6 game. Broncos really figuring out their air attack to close out that first half. Olsen under center, 2 in the backfield. Looking to pass, getting some pressure onto the near sideline, throws on the run, and he'll connect and get some positive yards. It's Wyatt Webb's first catch of the game.
It looked like Olsen was on the run play there and then decided to put it up in the air, able to pick up a couple yards on that pass.
Yeah, Webb will get a couple yards on that pickup. We'll see exactly how many. Maybe a little bit more than it looked on that extension. It's about a 2nd down and 4. So ball up to the 32-yard line. And it's a run for Greenlee. Greenlee gets the first down and a few extra as he's tackled at the 20. Excuse me, he's tackled at the 25. So another first down coming for the Broncos.
That's a Bronco first down.
Lisbon able to mix it up nice here, throwing in some run and pass plays, keeping Linton HMB off balance.
Another handoff to Greenlee. Greenlee some open space, cuts to the outside at the 10, taken down inside the 10.
Yeah, Greenlee's second effort there, grabbed a couple more yards off that, pulls her down inside the 5-yard line.
Greenlee rambling behind Grant Lyons and Sam Kelson.
So the Broncos starting to get things going. Ball just inside the 5. Trying to take the lead for the first time this game, trying to get their first lead of the 2022 season. Nearing 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It'll be to Greenlee, and he'll get a big extra push at the 1-yard line. The Broncos signal touchdown. The officials will agree.
A nice line push there by Lisbon on that. Greenlee runs in the line on first contact, and offensive line just took control of that, pushed Linton back into the end zone. Greenlee surges forward for the score.
So Greenlee's first touchdown of the season makes it 12-6. They will go for two. Last 2-point attempt to close out that first half on that last touchdown. It's just all sort of miscommunication on the line as to who was covering who. It was a handoff to Greenlee. Let's see what they do here. Come out in a similar formation. It's pitched to Greenlee. Cuts up the middle, finds the end zone. The run is good. And the Broncos lead 14-6, 4:57 left to play in our third quarter. Linton will try to answer back when we return. It's high school football on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Bone and Greenlee, the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Lisbon has their first lead of the game and their first lead of the season, 14-6. 4:57 remains in the third quarter. Brent, on that drive, it was in the air, on the ground, in the air, on the ground. They really mixed it up, and Linton's defense was kind of really caught off guard.
Yeah, the Linton defense caught off guard, and I would say the offensive line or the Lisbon Broncos starting to take control.
Here comes the kickoff, picked up at the 25-yard line to the 30, a cut to the far side of the field. The defense is all over it.
Yeah, Gabe Lyons in there on the tackle, smothered the Linton HMB runner, brought him down just inside the 35-yard line.
Linton's only drive of the second half was the 3-and-out situation. Trick that they got the first down and then were forced to punt after that as they started that drive inside of their 10 after the Broncos punt. They'll start this one at their 33. 3 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Holes are the only player in the backfield with King. And King will run this one up himself and is taken down for just a few and some positive yards.
Yeah, nice push there by Linton HMB Lion, able to surge forward for about a 3-yard gain.
So now a 2nd down and 7. The offense right now picking up the tempo for Linton. They get right to the line of scrimmage, ready to go on this 2nd down and 7. And a connection to Bosch, the tight end, and the defense all over him. He is taken down. Now he's tackled back at the 30, but I believe will probably be about the 32, 33, maybe where they'll put the football.
I don't know if that was a screen or supposed to be an outside screen that was set up there, in the receivers and slot backs for Linton HMB didn't pick up their blocks on that.
So they'll lose those 3 yards they had gotten. A 3rd down and 10. Lions back to the 33-yard line. King looks near side, now far side, rears back, throws, and intercepted. Well, they call it interception yet again for the Broncos. And it will be Wyatt Olson with the interception.
Yeah, Wyatt Olson with the interception on that one, playing center field. Looked like that ball just got away from Linton HMB there on the pass. I don't know if it slipped out of his hand. Maybe the field conditions playing a little bit into that interception there.
Yeah, underthrew that one a little bit, and you wonder if stepping up the tempo on your offense, quarterback didn't get a chance to check the ball, get that feel that he was looking for on that play. So the Broncos, their 2nd interception of the game, will have this one at their 44-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Ball will go to Greenlee. Greenlee comes around, finds open field up to the 50. The defense will catch up with him at the 48.
Yeah, Greenlee sniffed in the inside, made contact, then bounced it outside. Nice gain there for Greenlee.
By my count, Greenlee's 18th carry of the game. Last week had 47 yards, has well surpassed this one, that number in this one. And we'll give them 8 on that one. So a 2nd down and 2. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Lions, plus territory right now for the Broncos. He'll go to Greenlee again, has the 1st down, and will leg out a few extra yards. He'll be stopped at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, nice hole on the left side there for the Broncos. Greenlee able to find it. Surges ahead for that 1st down, about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, he was just churning those legs as soon as he made that contact. Greenlee's always a guy who put a lot of time in the weight room, guy who's always in great shape. He comes this year, his senior year, and for football, looks like he's added a few pounds of muscles, and it shows in run plays like that. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Olsen rolls out, checking receivers downfield, and is able to connect. And Svem eludes the defender and gets shoved out of bounds at the 30.
Yeah, a little missed tackle coming over the top there by number 81 for Linton HMB. Svem able to duck out of that and get downfield for another 5 yards.
That's a Bronco 1st down.
And nice job keeping themselves in bounds on that run. Seen him work the sidelines quite a bit here in this game, and he's starting to find success there, which is a dangerous thing if you're Linton right now, down 14-6. 2:27 to go, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 at the Lions 28. It'll go to Greenlee, the deep back, shakes off the 1st tackle, can't shake off the 2nd. And Greenlee maybe a loss of a yard and a 2nd down.
Yeah, it looked like number 56, Aaron Meyer, made first contact with Greenlee and slowed him down there, bounced him to the outside, and then Linton HMB able to string that one out and make the tackle for a loss.
It's about a 2nd down and 12. Broncos get bumped back here a little bit, a 2nd down and 13. Inside of 2 to go in the 3rd quarter. Stay tuned after this broadcast, our post-game show. We'll name our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game and our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Olsen rolling out, throws on the run, connects on the sideline. It's picked up at the 24-yard line into the hands of Mike Nelson.
Olsen's pass to Nelson is complete.
Yeah, Olsen connects with Nelson on that. We had number 75, Grant Lyons, out there providing some protection for the quarterback.
And all of a sudden you're looking at 3rd down and manageable. And Nelson and Svem, their play on the sidelines has really extended some of these plays. 3rd down and 5. It will go to Greenlee. Greenlee looking for a crease. Will bounce around to the near side, and he may have gotten it. We'll see what the officials say. He's down at the 20, which would put him shy. It's just going to be a matter of the spot, and it's going to be just shy of that 1st down.
Yeah, Greenlee was met in the hole by number 10, Richter. Greenlee bounced off of that, picked up positive yards on that, making it a short 4th and 1.
Well, the Broncos have been daring on 4th downs today. It hasn't paid off in their favor, but right now with the momentum they have and facing 4th down and 1, this could be the situation where it pays off.
Yeah, I did notice there is a light rain now starting to fall here on Bronco Field.
And they'll go to Greenlee, and it looks like he has it. He'll get it in a 1st down. Yeah, that rain now visible coming through those lights.
Winding down the 3rd quarter here, under 15 seconds to go. Lisbon try to get in a play here. Looks like they're going to let that clock wind down and take it into the 4th quarter.
I'm going to say that 1st down bigger than just keeping that drive sustained, because it now brings you into the final quarter, leading by 8 with control of the football.
Yep.
So the Broncos get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They lead 14-6 going into the final quarter of play. We'll be back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to high-rate insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
And we are back here, fourth quarter, about to get underway. 12 minutes back up on our Bank North scoreboard. Home opener for the Broncos. They lead Linton HMB 14-6. It'll be a 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line of Linton.
Yeah, Lisbon able to string together a nice drive here, chewing up some ground on the field, and more important, time off the clock. Leading this one 14-6 at the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we had said that going into the break is you have control of the football, and it may take you 3 plays to find the end zone, 4 plays, but that's less time for them to touch it here in this final 12 minutes. It gets pitched back to Greenlee. Greenlee works his way around and gets corralled out of bounds shy of the end zone.
Yeah, Greenlee finds the corner. They're able to hit the sideline. Grant Lyons out there leading the charge for the offensive line, helping Greenlee get around that corner.
So Greenlee will get the first down. He'll get 14 yards on the run. It'll be a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. So Broncos 5 yards away from making this a 20-6 game. And the ball will go to Greenlee again. Cuts around to the left side and into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the game. So back-to-back touchdowns for Greenlee. This one comes at the 11:23 mark of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Greenlee just cut that one off the hip of Grant Lyons, finds that big hole and runs that 5 yards into the end zone for the touchdown.
20-6 the score. Broncos will go for 2. It was Greenlee who ran it in last time. Let's see what the plan is here. And it will be Greenlee yet again. Defense will grab Greenlee, but is it into the end zone?
Looks like a false start.
The Broncos will have a chance to try it again. They'll just have to be back a few yards.
Penalty declined.
So the 2 points on the run will be no good. The Broncos do add to their lead. It is 20-6. 11:23 left to play. We are in the fourth quarter. Back with more on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Olson Accounting, they tackle it all with a variety of services to help your business, from payroll, strategic planning, and taxes. Plus, they'll protect your individual financial and retirement planning like an offensive line working together to protect the quarterback on the field. Let the team at Olson Accounting help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Broden Greenlee, 2nd touchdown of the game. It is 20-6. Lisbon leads Linton HMB. 11:23 left to play on the Bank North scoreboard. Broncos looking for a 2-0 start to their 2022 season. Comes the kickoff. This one goes to the far side, scooped up by Linton HMB. Looking for a decent return. It will be about their 40-yard line. Linton scored first. They scored on their opening drive. It was Landon Bush with the touchdown reception. It would be 6-0 until 19 seconds left in the half. The Broncos would get their first touchdown. Sfem, a 46-yard completion reception. It'd be 6-6 until the 4:57 mark of the third quarter. Bowden Greenlee got the touchdown, and then the Broncos getting another touchdown from Greenlee here. Lions 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. King scoping the field, gets the snap, tucks and runs. Defense is right there, and he'll be stopped for a loss.
He was met in the hole there by number 23, Wyatt Webb. Wyatt Webb and Colton Tapson on the tackle there for about a half a yard loss.
Second down and 10. They'll say no loss on that one, but man, he was smacked down in the backfield. That was about the second or third big hit we've seen Lisbon able to find some penetration downfield. And this offense, we're starting to see some more wide receivers at the line of scrimmage right early going here on this second and 10. King looks on the near side, looks left side, has a one-on-one going his way left side, and this one is into the hands of Bush, who was taken down at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, nice adjustment there by Bush, number 37. Good coverage by Carter Wallner, number 2 for the Broncos.
So a first down comes from Linton, and they are really hurrying up this offense. Trips right, one to the left. King drops back, checks his receivers, now wants to tuck and run, gets corralled out of bounds, and maybe a yard or two as Wyatt Webb was right on him. $10 minutes, 17 seconds is all that remains here in this game. Looks like they're going to give King about 4. So a nice scramble for King. Senior quarterback showing some composure on that drive. Second down. He'll come back, checks downfield, screen pass, and this one is caught. About 7 yards on that pickup.
You know, linebackers for Lisbon stayed home on that one and not giving up a big play in that middle screen.
It's going to make that about 3 yards on that pickup. Third down now for Linton at the Broncos' 27-yard line. Trips right, one to the left. And King wants to run to the outside, eludes the first tackle, eludes the second, straddles the far sideline, has the first down. He was able to high step Griffin McDaniels and keep himself in bounds for a first down. This is a side of Trace King that we have not seen in this game, Brent, and that is his ability to scramble and march the ball upfield.
Yeah, Trace King using his legs there, picking up a first down for Linton HMB, keeping him moving down the field.
Ball at the 20. King rolls out near side, getting pressure, throws on the run, and this one in the end zone, touchdown. Chase Jokum with a 20-yard reception.
Jokum came back to that one. The Mikey Nelson just overran a little bit, didn't make that adjustment in time. Linton HMB put 6 up on the board.
Linton's first touchdown since scoring on their opening drive. Comes with 9:08 left to play. They went for the extra point. Their first attempt, that was no good, but this late in the game, you're going to have to try to make it 2. King has receivers all up and down the line of scrimmage. Looks left side, shot at the end zone, knocked away, incomplete. So the 2-point pass is no good. Linton does get the touchdown. They make it a 20-12 ball game on our Bank North scoreboard. 9:08 to play. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on yourliveevent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter. Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on yourliveevent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Back on yourliveevent.com, it is 20-12. Linton HMB getting their second touchdown of the game. 2-point conversion, no good. Broncos will get the ball back, and the way that their offense has been playing since about halfway through that second quarter on, they have done a good job sustaining drives and controlling time. And they have about 9 minutes, 8 seconds here to try to run up some clock. Greenlee cuts to the outside. Greenlee far sideline, taken down at about the 40.
That was about a 15-yard return for Bowden Greenlee on that, putting him up close to midfield.
The The Broncos up until that last touchdown had scored 20 unanswered points. Greenlee with a pair of touchdowns. Levi Svem a touchdown of his own. Score update is Oak Grove leading Sargent County 13-8 at halftime. Handoff to Greenlee, forces himself right up the middle and is down at the 45-yard line. Didn't seem like there was much of an opening there for Greenlee. He just willed his way through everyone.
Yeah, Greenlee, whatever daylight there was, he found it and was able to get upfield for about 4 yards.
Second down and 6. Greenlee brings this one to the 44-yard line. Under 8.5 to play, 13 seconds on the play clock for Lisbon. Olsen under center. Will go to Greenlee. Greenlee around the right side, and a flag comes down. Greenlee had some positive yards, but a flag is down, and the officials have stopped play.
It looks like it's over there on the right side. A couple of Bronco players down on the field.
Well, the Broncos, will lose some yards on the hold.
Holding on the Broncos.
So they'll be bumped back to their 34-yard line. Facing a second down here, they lead 20-12. Again, the Broncos looking to start the year 2-0 before a trip to EEK next week. First down and 18. Olsen under center. Rolls out left side. Throws this one almost into the hands of Grant Bush, but instead it's incomplete. Was trying to find Svem.
Yeah, Olsen looking for Svem out there in the flat. Mike Nelson on the outside here broke free and running down the middle of the field. Olsen just not able to pick that one up.
Third down and 18.
That changes the game plan a little bit, picking up that hold penalty. Lisbon looking to run it. Now we're back on our heels a little bit passing.
Two receivers far side, and Svem and Nelson. All sorts of help in the backfield for Olsen. Olsen throws over the defense, connects with Greenlee, and Greenlee back to the original line of scrimmage now, dives for the first down marker back at the 40, at the 50.
Yeah, good second effort by Bowden Greenlee. Stretches out, possibly has the first down.
So all going to depend on this spot, and they're going to give it to him. How about that?
Good awareness by Greenlee picking up that first down.
Greenlee's second 16-yard reception. We'll get you more numbers in the postgame show coming up, but 19 pass attempts by Olsen. Surpassing 100 yards in the air has Lisbon in this game. They lead 20-12, 7:40 and counting left on the Bank North scoreboard. 3 seconds left on the play clock. They need to snap this football. They get it off. It's pitched back to Greenlee around the outside. Has some blocking in front of him. He's able to make a cut and turn into some positive yardage as he is stopped.
Really on the carry.
Yeah, Greenlee cuts it back up inside. Then he's met by number 41, Riley Richter.
Yeah, looks like they're going to give him about 3 on that. 26 carries for Greenlee. Again, unofficial numbers. Gets 3 yards on it. 2 touchdowns for Greenlee, his first 2 of the season. Again, shutout last week against the defending champions, #1 team in the class. Kindred 19-0 at Kindred. Always a tough place to play. Second down and 7, ball at the 47 of Linton. Olsen rolls out. Rears back, throws this one towards the end zone. Intercepted. Believe that's Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with the interception, and Linton gets the ball with 6:42 to go.
Yeah, Olsen looking for Mike Nelson on the sidelines. Just underthrows that ball. Pfeiffer able to come up with the interception.
First interception of the game for Olsen. Had 3 last week against a very tough Kindred team.
Linton HMB down by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
This is what they were looking for, that extra shot on offense.
Yeah, we saw that last series, how they picked up the tempo. We'll look to see if they do that again here and move the ball down the field.
Ball is at their 12-yard line. King rolls out near side. He wants to tuck and run. Finds some open space, picks up some blocking downfield, and he is down at the 30, an 18-yard run for King. He has done it on the ground. His last 3 carries, 4, 7, now 16 yards. He has also gotten 2 first downs for his team. 1st and 10 at the 30. King to run again. Comes around the outside, cuts up the middle. Defense this time stays with him, maybe a yard or 2 on the run.
Yeah, King took that one to the short side of the field and not enough daylight there to cut it up.
You know, when you got a quarterback that can run, you have true 11-on-11 football, and that can make a huge difference.
Yeah, he's definitely been able to stretch the field out, and a little bit of an advantage now for Linton HMB.
Under 6 to play, 2nd down and 7. Lions at their 33-yard line. Defense getting settled in on the line for the Broncos. King under center will go to his deep back, and the defense is all over Holzer, and maybe a yard for Holzer on the carry. Haven't heard too much from Holzer here in the second half.
It looked like Colton Tapson shot through there, made first contact on Holzer. Lisbon defense reacted off of that, brought him down for little to no gain on that.
They will give him a yard, 3rd down and 6. Linton at their 35. Again, they've had a very up-tempo offense here in the second half. Throw over the defense. This one will connect, some open space. Shasek is down at the 35, rather at the 45.
Yeah, Linton went back to that middle screen, put the ball in the hands of one of their talented players, cuts it back up the middle for a nice game, picks up a first down, brought down by Bowden Greenlee.
Shasek has made 2 receptions this game, 1 for 19, 1 for 20. He has come up in some big spots for the Lions. Under 5 to play, 4:48 and counting. King with the run, stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Just one of the other dangers, though, keeping that ball in the middle of the field. You're not stopping the clock, so the clock continues to tick here. Winding down to 4:30 in the 4th quarter.
Seeing a spread formation come for the Lions. Trips left, 1 receiver right side. King out of the pistol. Comes back, looks at the sideline. Unsure what he wants to do, comes around near side, throws on the run, incomplete.
A nice pressure there by Colton Tapson, flushing King out of the pocket. Great adjustment, though, by the wide receiver. Came back to help his quarterback out. Just not able to connect.
Not the worst thing that can happen for Linton because it does stop time right now. 4:17 left in the game. And a touchdown and a 2-point conversion is what Linton's looking for on this drive to at least tie it up. Trips left, 1 near side yet again for King. Checks his receivers left, puts this one downfield and through the hands of Jokum.
Yeah, right through the hands of Jokum. Just have to chalk that one up. Maybe a little bit of wet ball, slippery conditions out there. It looks like the rain has stopped now.
Jokum gets that one. It's a big chunk play, about 20-plus yards on that. He sold out for the catch, so he wasn't going to get anything after that one landed in his hands, but that was big, and that's a big turning point could be here for the Broncos trying to make this stop. 4th and 10 for Linton. Throw to the far sideline to Jokum again, dives, and it's incomplete. So the Broncos will take over on downs. They get the big stop when they need it the most. 4:06 to go. They lead 20-12 on the Bank North scoreboard.
Yeah, we have a change of possession here. Clock stopped at 4:06 in the 4th quarter. Lisbon up 20-12.
You feel better with another 6 points. You want that breathing room, but you also are looking at that clock. So Imagine these first few plays, they're going to be right at it, but they're going to start getting more deliberate as they move downfield, if they're able to move downfield. And some early movement on the line, and it looked like it may have been Grant Lyons. And it was. The Broncos will get bumped back.
Yeah, Lisbon, they just need to pick up this first down, keep that clock moving. They didn't need that false start there by Grant Lyons. Makes it 1st and 15.
One near side receiver, Olsen under center. And he will go to Greenlee. And Greenlee, maybe a pickup about 3.
Positive yards on the play, keeps the clock moving down to 3:49 in the fourth quarter.
You're going to have to start putting some decisions on Coach Curtis Walls from Linton. Still some conversations in the huddle, and now to the line of scrimmage. 7 seconds on the play clock. 2nd down and 13 for the Broncos. It goes to Greenlee again. A little move to the right side. Defense is all over him, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Justin Martin, number 50, in the backfield, able to grab Bowden Greenlee and slow him down. Linton HMB line followed that up and brings Greenlee down for no gain.
Broncos want to take a timeout. 3:09 left to play. They lead 20-12 on the Bank North scoreboard. It is high school football on yourliveevent.com.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Here, when you
can't sit down.
We're back
on
yourliveevent.com. 20-12. Full house out here tonight. Good showing despite the rain, despite the fair. We had a good showing out here as it's 20-12. Broncos facing a 3rd and 10. They are at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, Lisbon kicking off their home opener during fair weekend.
At 3:09 left to play. And it's a misdirection. They're going to go to Svem. He needs to find a corner to turn. He does, and maybe 3 yards, and now a 4th and 7.
Yeah, Svem able to run around the right side, picks up a couple yards. Looks like he stays in bounds, but we got a timeout.
And 2:57 left to play. Linton scored first. It was a touchdown reception for Landon Bosch. Broncos would answer back with 19 seconds left in the first half. Levi Svem, a 46-yard reception for the touchdown. 6-6 at the half. Broncos would then get a touchdown in the third quarter from Bowden Greenlee, one in the fourth quarter from Bowden Greenlee, and it looked like the Broncos were in control. Linton HMB was able to turn things around. Jokum getting the touchdown reception on a drive that was led on the legs of quarterback Trace King.
Yeah, Linton HMB picking up the tempo there on that second touchdown.
2:57 left, 4th down and 7. Broncos will flip the field. Here comes the kick, far sideline, and ball will be touched about the 35. Say this would be maybe the biggest moment of the game so far for the defense. You know, when the offense was struggling in the first half, especially in that first quarter for Lisbon, the defense did a great job keeping them in that game. They went above and beyond. You know, we looked at those numbers from the first half, and it was deceiving in the fact that, you know, credit Linton for being effective on offense, but they didn't have as many yards as you might think with the way that they played in that first half. King throws up the middle, another interception. I believe it's Wyatt Webb.
Yeah, number 23, Wyatt Webb, staying home on that one. Litton's ran that play. It's probably their fourth time now. Wyatt Webb stays home, picks up the interception.
That is 3 interceptions in this game for Lisbon. A week after surrendering 3 on the other side of the football, you got to feel better about that, especially now 2 minutes, 42 seconds left. You're going to work your way towards that end zone, but really you're working your way towards getting that scoreboard to 0. They lead 20-12 on the Bank North scoreboard. Hand off to Greenlee, run around the right side. The defense all over him. Will get about 3 on the run.
Greenlee on the carry.
Greenlee stays in bounds. Clock will continue to tick here. Down under 2:30 to go in the fourth quarter.
Gain of 3 will make it 2nd and 7.
Heading into the fourth quarter, over in Milner, Sargent County 14, Oak Grove 13. And the Region 1 matchup we have on yourliveevent.com.
Lisbon will need to pick up the first down here and not turn it over to Linton HMB on down, so they will need to pick up a first down.
2nd down and 7, ball to 32. Ball will go to Greenlee, run to the left side, and down for maybe another 4 yards. And I believe Linton's going to have to use that last time out of theirs, and that's exactly what they'll do. Timeout Linton. We'll be back with more on yourliveevent.com.
Lies ahead. We help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's J-E.
1:45 left to play. 3rd down and 5. Broncos at the 25-yard line. It comes to Greenlee. Turns a corner, brought down, and it looks like he has it. Needed just 5. That'll be short.
Come up short, yep. Has to make it to the 20-yard line here for first down. Minute 37 to go. Clock stopped in the fourth quarter.
And they're going to give him 3. Broncos right now in the huddle. .137 to play. It's to Greenlee, run to the left side. We'll dig it out. Looks like he has the first down.
Yeah, second effort by Greenlee. Picked up that first down for Lisbon. He was met in the hole by number 61 for Linton HMB. Able to break that arm tackle by number 61, Aaron Hoff, Wald.
1st and 10 at the 13 of Linton. Minute 20 and counting left. Broncos lead by 8.
And Linton's used up their 3 timeouts for the half, so the clock will continue to run.
It's about a 4-second difference maybe between the play clock and the game clock, 4 or 5 seconds. So the Broncos in victory formation, letting that clock wind down. Olsen will take a knee. I believe he'll have to once more. So victory formation right now for Lisbon. They'll start their season 2-0. Linton HMB 1-1 to start their season, their second at the 11-man ranks. One more knee, and this one will become a step closer to being final, and that's what happens. Olsen will take the knee, and the Broncos get the win here tonight in their home opener. Our final on the Bank North scoreboard, Lisbon 20, Linton HMB 12. Postgame show next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to high-rate insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
At Olsen Accounting, they tackle it all with a variety of services to help your business from payroll, strategic planning, and taxes. Plus, they'll protect your individual financial and retirement planning like an offensive line working together to protect the quarterback on the field. Let the team at Olsen Accounting help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsencpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olsen Accounting of Lisbon.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
And our final score here on the Bank North scoreboard, Lisbon 20, Linton HMB 12. The Broncos 2-0 to start the year. Linton HMB 1-1. And it was kind of a tale of two halves a little bit for Lisbon, at least on their offense. Their offense kind of a little stagnant for the first quarter. For second quarter, defense is really what kept them in this game. And that final drive of the first half ended in a touchdown, but really it just was a big momentum shifter.
Yeah, it was a big momentum shift. After that first quarter, I should say the first drive, Lisbon was able to get their offense fired up, able to mix up, the plays, passing and running. Nice mix there, and open up the playbook.
The Linton HMB got that touchdown in the fourth quarter, couldn't get the 2 points. They made it close. The defense comes up big. 3 interceptions. That last one, the biggest one, comes on that last drive. All they had to do, get the first down, run down time, and they were able to, but it was a ground attack, an air attack, and a defensive mixture all tonight was the recipe for success for Lisbon.
Yeah, White Webb coming up big on that interception. Sniffed out that middle screen. Lisbon had seen that 3 or 4 times in the game. Great adjustment there by White Webb.
And a credit to Linton HMB, in particular Trace King. he really did it with his legs in the second half, something we didn't see in the first half. His offense started to have their struggles. He moved the ball on the ground. He was connecting with that big last touchdown pass, and he kept that offense moving when they needed it.
Yeah, Trace King, definitely a talented player, able to move it through the air and on the ground. Linton HMB looks like they're a team that's built, to strike quick. Nice up-tempo game. Saw that a couple times where they hit a big play and they're right back to the line of scrimmage, ready to, move on to the next one and score another big play.
Let's take a look at our scoring summary for this game. Linton HMB got on the scoreboard first. It was the 10:03 mark of the first quarter after a 42-yard completion from King to Grant Bush. It was Landon Bush who got the 5-yard touchdown reception, the tight end, his first touchdown of the season. 2-point conversion, no good. 6-0 would be the score, and it would stand until the final 19 seconds of the first half. Levi Svem, the 46-yard touchdown catch from Wyatt Webb, 2 points, no good. 6-6 the score at the half. We had mentioned Lisbon started carrying momentum from that first half offensive performance into the second, and they would take the lead at the 4:57 mark of the third quarter. Bowden Greenlee, 5-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was good. Greenlee ran that in himself. 14-6 would be the score, and then Greenlee a touchdown in the early going of the fourth quarter. 20-6 the score. Linton able to start figuring out their offense. We mentioned that drive. Trace King picked up 2 first downs on his legs with his legs, and then connected to Jace Jokum on a nice pass right into the breadbasket from 11 yards out, and that would be their last touchdown. Linton HMB had some opportunities. The defense, though, again coming up big for Lisbon as the Broncos improving to 2-0 on the season. Offensive numbers, some of the offensive numbers for the Broncos, again, unofficially in 20 pass attempts, it was 148 yards for Wyatt Olson. He connected for a touchdown. Levi Svem was his top target. 6 catches, 94 yards, a touchdown, while Bowden Greenlee on the ground. Again, unofficial numbers, but 32 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns to his numbers. A lot of offense into this game for Lisbon, and that pass attack, something we haven't seen in a few years for Lisbon's offense.
No, it's nice to see Lisbon able to move the ball through the air. They've been run heavy for the past few years, getting up into the double digits. As far as pass attempts, that's big for the Lisbon, and a great adjustment by the offense and the new coaching staff.
So the Broncos, again, 2-0 to start their season, 20-12, our final score on the Bank North scoreboard. One last time out here in the postgame, and we'll come back. We'll name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, as well as our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. We'll have that coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to high-rate insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
And checking in one last time on our postgame show, Lisbon again, a 20-12 win against Linton HMB. Time to give some of our postgame accolades. First, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. And this is going to have to go to Bowden Greenlee. 2 touchdowns, 132 yards rushing by our count. Also 28 yards in the air, and he was the do-all guy for their offense.
Yeah, Bowden Greenlee, he's a workhorse for the Broncos last year, moving the ball on the ground. Comes back for his senior season. Little slow start in the first game of the season against Kindred Vikings. Comes out tonight firing on all cylinders, moving the ball down the field, picking up over 130 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns.
So here's the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, our RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the Game. Well, that's going to go to the visiting quarterback, Trace King. He connected to Jace Jokum on that final touchdown of the game. That was a 20-yard completion, and that was a pinpoint accuracy on that pass, and a nice job by Jokum to adjust to find his quarterback to make that one.
Yeah, there is good chemistry there between Trace King and his receivers. They make a nice adjustments. They're coming back. You know, when he's in trouble, flushed out of the pocket, they come back there to help him out. So great receiving core and a great quarterback in Trace King.
So that's our Enbridge our RDK Enterprises Precision Play of the Game. What's up next for these two teams? Well, on the road next week will be the Lisbon Broncos to take on EEK. That EEK, I believe, still in a neck-and-neck matchup right now with Northern Cass, a game we have on yourliveevent.com. Yeah, 21-13, EEK was leading that one in the fourth quarter. As for Linton, the 1-1 Lions, they will be at home, a tough matchup next week. They'll have their home opener, and they'll face the Kindred Vikings. The Vikings were leading Hillsborough Central Valley last time we checked in, and that one actually is a final. Kindred defeating Hillsborough Central Valley by a final of 36-0. Remember, we'll have all home football games for Lisbon this season, as well as select road games. You can find all those on yourliveevent.com. Find the schedule on yourliveevent.com. That'll do it for tonight's broadcast. My thanks to Jake Watroba on the camera. For Brent Dick, I'm Joel Morgan. Remind you of our final score. Again, our final on the Bank North scoreboard, Lisbon 20, Linton HMB 12. Thanks for watching high school football on yourliveevent.com.